It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Jamar Chase, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Bengals and the Texans, just ahead on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, the shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Bengals now set for their first possession, and it's Pro Bowler Joe Burrow who leads this offense in his fourth season now out of LSU.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. This is Brown going up the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Bengals at 7-1 now on the year. And they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 14-2. And anyone in the NFL, they'd sign up for that record, that's for sure.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Robert Quinn able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Burrow. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
He was covered by Steven Nelson.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Burrow. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, it looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face and quarterback, the second overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. Now 2nd and 5. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one. Taking up, all right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Chidobe with a pick, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Stroud now on 2nd down. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods. 7 yards there and a 1st down. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
It was an absolutely dominating shutdown.
And that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals will take over here just shy of the 30. First down. Here's Burrow. But it's caught on the right side of Smith. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way in for Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Houston's offense taking over again. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. But right now, they're harming themselves on that.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there on 20 yards. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Burrow will throw. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Herb Smith Jr. from 4 yards out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now to Goodwin. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
First and 10, it's Stroud. Gets the dump off to Pierce. And they'll get him down here at the 23. You talk about this Bengals defense. You know, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. Here's 3rd and 6. Stroud on 3rd down now. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So a potential big play by this defense wiped out by the face mask.
And disappointing because it was so unnecessary. They had the sack. But the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He will find his man Chase complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Houston set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
22 yards there, a first down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. The second down throw now from Stroud. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Let's spread the ball around this drive, huh?
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Smith catches left side. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Here's Burrow. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And that's out quickly to Chase. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Pressure comes and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And taken right at the 35. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Texans will take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Stroud. Under pressure, and down he goes. Brian Burns. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Play action. Here's Stroud. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Stroud here on 3rd and long. Fighting through pressure, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Brian Burns able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. T. Higgins out on offense for the rest of his teammates for this next drive. We're in the 2nd quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him. Maybe even have a 3rd person in the area and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while. because I don't know that their talents are his. Because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
And here's Brad Robbins now.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Play action. Stroud now. That is caught by Dell.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Texans 1st down.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here. 1st and 10.
Right side complete. That's Woods. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41.
2nd and 11 at the 41.
At the 41-yard line.
Stroud now on 2nd down. Looking for Woods again, and he finds him.
The Texans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
It's not one guy, it's another with this defense. I mean, this is the #1 unit against the rush in the entire NFL. They know how to cover for each other, and yeah, they've got great players. They also have very dependable players, too.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'll be surprised if they're on a 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
Now Burrow.
Open man is Mingo, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. To the air again, Burrow. Man open left side is Brown. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Burrow will throw.
They'll set up the screen for the Longoon.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Well, set up the screen for the Longoon.
Well, that was certainly well read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackled it for just a short gain.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ballgame as it's intercepted.
Desmond King picks it.
And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Right now, they're just trying to get to halftime because they need a break. This game, it's been a shellacking in every way, and they just got driven backwards for a safety.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
3rd down, here's Brown.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48.
So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin up in the still.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Stroud now on 1st and 10.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On the bootleg, Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Pierce on the counter. And this will be a Texans first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
First down, Texans.
Stroud.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Now a 2nd and 10. On 2nd.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
On 2nd down, Burrow. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he's brought down at the 16. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Plain and simple. That's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm was just off. He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Here's 3rd and 7.
It's 3rd and 7.
from the shotgun. Joe Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. From 13 yards out. And the Bengals take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And the Texans first down.
On first down, here's Stroud. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Pierce now up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Stroud on third down now. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. The Bengals offense returns to the field, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
2nd and 9. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Now Burrow down around his goal line. To the sideline and incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Stroud. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Throw out wide is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They were winners last week against Cincinnati, and right now they are in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. An inside give, Brown. And he sheds a tackle, but he's got some space. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. 93 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Irv Smith Jr., a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Bengals just continue to roll. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Second and 10. Here's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The throwing again is Stroud. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Give to Pierce. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now here on EA Sports. 2nd and a couple. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he is going to have a Texans first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. We'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They work now on 2nd and 9. Stroud will look to throw once more. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
That's good for the Cincinnati Bengals.
They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Right back to Brown. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 122 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
1st and 10, it's Stroud.
Right side complete, that's Woods. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
And the Texans first down.
Stroud looking to throw.
His throw incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Again, it's Stroud. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at about the 14. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in Newport, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Burrow. Short throw to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. This is Brown going up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Brings up second down.
Another run for Brown on second down. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And he's got room. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he couldn't get it to check out. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Stroud now on 1st and 10. He'll get the hook up there to Woods. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's second and inches at the 30-yard line.
Stroud out of the gun here. Looking for Woods again, and he finds him. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
First down, Houston.
Now Stroud. This will be caught by Brown. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down.
Pick it up.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals.